Hello, and welcome back to NATO Plays Minecraft. So here we are, standing inside our nice house, in front of our enchanting table, because we have a diamond pickaxe to enchant. This is actually the third diamond pickaxe I've made. I broke the other two, mining out the cutting, which I'll go have a look at in a second, because there's been a slight change in it. But first I want to enchant this diamond pickaxe to level 30. Got this XP from mining lots of coal and breeding cows to make these bookcases. So let's see what we get. Fortune 2 and breaking 3, efficiency 3. That's pretty good. I'll use this one until it breaks. But what I'm going to do first, now that I have a fortune pick, is I'm going to go get the rest of the diamonds from my mine. I actually found 2 more little spots of diamonds, but hello cave up there somewhere. But I used up those diamond patches to make diamond picks. So if I remember correctly, the first one, there's one down here. Got 10 from that patch. And I think there's one further down here. Maybe not. I've already gotten the one at the end there. This is where I have to remember, you see, where they all are. Aha! Diamonds! Only 9 that time. And somewhere around here there was another patch. Might be down this path. Well, I shall look for that a bit more off camera. But for now, let's take our... I'm sure there's another set down here somewhere. Anyway, I'll take our haul of 19 diamonds up. I'll go searching for some more later. But 19 I'm pretty happy with. Hello sheep. I'll probably, for the time being, not make any armour, or I might make a sword. That's another stuff. Ah, apparently I had one in storage already. So 20 diamonds, and there is some iron ore and gold, quite a lot of coal. Other than that, mostly cobble. So let's head over to the Scar, since it doesn't have a name at the moment. This took a fair amount of time. I've started lining it with stone bricks, and I've had to change the profile of the stairs after experimenting a little bit. The problem basically was that if you have blocks in this arrangement, you can't place stairs like this, which is what I wanted to do. So I've ended up having to make it a lot shallower than I expected, which means we come out about here, which I can deal with. I can cope with this. I'll have to have a bit more stairs further up, but that's just going to be something I'm going to have to deal with. As for the lining, that side's pretty much done. This side needs to be finished off. I'm not convinced I like the fact that it's so bare. I'm going to put some glowstone or redstone lamps when I have them in the wall here to light them up. There's also going to be the arch up there, and then the building on top. But I might add some extra details. If I find a stronghold and find some broken smooth stone, I might dot the broken smooth stone around this, just to give it a bit more of a, just to break up this texture a bit. I also might put some vines at the top. The problem with vines is that they will exponentially grow down until they cover all of these walls, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to do that. I mean, I've put some up just to see how they go, but I remain unsure. Most of the coal and iron that's been on the surface has been taken out of here. There was one patch I noticed up there, but most of it's already gone. That is where the majority of the XP I had for this baby, which I might even... No, I don't have an anvil yet, so I won't name it. Yes, that's where most of the XP for this came from. Ah, no! Boat! Do not boat things. Oh, okay. Sometimes it seems to dump, sometimes it sort of tries to put you on the shore, and sometimes it just dumps you in the water even though you could. Up the stairs! Go to bed! Before the zombies come. I actually died once lining the scar. I was at the top, and I just slipped off because I was being silly, and I didn't lose anything apart from XP and pride. I really should put a death counter somewhere if I can. I don't know if it would be I don't know if it would register the deaths I already had, but I think it would be quite interesting for people to see the number of times I've died. Not that I'm, you know, trying to do it hardcore and die less times than I need to, or should do, or something. So yes, this bridge. I have chosen the level I want to start at. I don't know the number of that level, because I don't. I know it's approximately 5 from zombie. Oh. I know it's approximately 5 from sea level. Oh, bugger. Oh, cave sounds. Is there a cave under me somewhere? But I want the XP. Yeah, you know I'm here, so you're not even going to try and move. Ah. I should get a bow. I really should get a bow. I'm quite good with bows. I think I'm quite good with bows. People I've played with, in particular, a group playthrough of Vetch's Super Hostile Inferno Mines. I got in the habit of picking up the best bow I could get my hands on. But unfortunately, because of the people I was playing with and because of a slight bit of lag, there ended up being situations where people would walk through me and stand in front of me, and then get an arrow to the back of the head, and then were surprised when this happened. And I kept telling them, no, if I have a bow out and I'm aiming a shot, don't walk in front of me. But no, that's what people did, and then I got yelled at. But I still think I'm quite good with the bow. So yes, approximately 5 blocks from sea level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about here. I have, over in my creative world, put together a couple of possible ideas, or one possible idea with a few variations. So, I think we will go have a look at those. And here we are. So, this is the first bridge prototype. And slimes everywhere. This is the first bridge prototype. It is approximately 2 to 3 wide. It's a nice width. I'm pretty happy with the general shape. There's a path underneath for a rail line when I finally put one in. These supporting columns, they're a bit thin, but I think if I make them any thicker they'll look a little strange. What I might actually do is have them double thickness underneath the rail line, just to give the sense that it's just a little bit more supportive there. I'm finding it tricky working in this sort of diagonal pattern. I'm not used to it, so a lot of my normal techniques are kind of not useless, but go away, slime. I could get a sword, but I don't really care. So yes, I am quite happy with this design. It's relatively minimal. There's quite a lot of detail in there, but there's not a lot of kind of extraneous structure. There's not a lot of extra material in there. It's quite lightweight. I mean, I could have made some really heavy kind of that thickness support posts for this bridge. I mean, if I was doing just a straight bridge and not doing it diagonally, I might have gone with, which I might still do somewhere else. Might have gone with something like that as a central beam, central column. Still not sure what to do on the other end of the island, where there's a space for a bridge. But yeah, I might have had something like that, where it's quite a big chunky support beam. But it just didn't feel right for this, and I wasn't sure how to get that style, translate this style into the diagonal setup. So in the end I decided not to go with it. Or I kind of didn't decide as much as it by default went to the single, these slimes, the slimes everywhere. See, last time I recorded on this world, I put it onto peaceful. And I thought, what if I forget to turn peaceful off when I go back to recording on the main world? And I would be kind of stuck, or hanging around in the main world with it on peaceful, and then I'd feel terrible, because I would have been cheating. I would have been lying to you. And, so I decided not to put it on peaceful for this time. But in the future, I might do, because all the slimes, all the time. So next thing I want to talk about is the top section here. So this end here is the first one I did. It's kind of stone arch with a piece of glowstone in. This piece of glowstone wasn't here to begin with. That's mostly for under. No, let me in. There we go. Mostly for under here to light up. Don't let me forget to turn that back on. Mostly under here for lighting up the track. Whereas on the top here, this was going to give the majority of lighting. And it kind of worked. It wasn't too bad. The variation between the stone types that matched with the rest of the bridge I quite liked. Kind of a mixture of smooth stone, bricks and slabs. But after a while, looking at it, I thought, well, if this is going to be repeated every, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's 9. It's going to be repeated every however many spots. I'd like a little bit of variation. So I came up with this version, which is dark oak steps and slabs, again with a piece of glowstone in the middle. And I realised I really didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like this because of the diagonal nature, because of all the kind of hard edges. So I came up with the third design, which is very minimalist, of posts with glowstone on that match up to where the posts come up from the water. There are two variations of this. There's one with stone slabs, glowstone and stone slab, or smooth stone brick and stone slab. I don't really know what I think. That looks a little soulless, I think, maybe. Whereas this looks a little bright. The variation of it, yeah, it just seems to be lifted up slightly too much. It just feels too high. I mean, if I could I'd put a stone slab there, I would, but I can't. I think this one is going to win out, and I like this minimalist method, this minimalist style more. Partly because it's a lot easier than this. It uses less materials, although it uses more glowstone, but once I get into the nether, that really shouldn't be that much of a problem. But it also means that when you're walking down the bridge, you won't, because with this one, even here, if you just imagine that this stretches off sort of 10 iterations, you have these bridges every 9 or 10 or so. Unless you're here, you can't really see much of the arch that you're heading towards. So it becomes difficult kind of to see the point of it. Whereas with this one, that arch is going to be really clear and visible with just these two posts. I'll turn it to nighttime. Or sunset. I wanted nighttime. I wanted pitch blackness. Just to show you the lighting. There isn't an appreciable difference between either of these light methods. This one technically produces more light because there are 3 pieces of glowstone instead of 2, but because they're so central to this this one on the floor, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But I think this plan, this design with the 2 simple pillars, will probably win out. I haven't calculated the distance that I need to cover, and I haven't calculated how many posts I'm going to need, and therefore how much glowstone I'm going to need, but I haven't gone into the nether yet, so that will probably wait. I'll probably just put torches on these pillars for now. Obviously, well, I don't have enough iron to make all these rail lines, but at some point I will. And at that point, I will put the one thing they see. Now that I can hear myself again, that noise doesn't have a option, I don't think. So, yeah, what I was going to say was I like how when you had this kind of track pattern before, what the minecarts used to do was go looking left, looking right, looking left, looking right. And they would snake along. Now, they go straight. Until you hit something like that. Whee! Oh, I hit that stone pillar. I'm so used to beating up the minecart to get out instead of using the left shift thing. Anyway, yes, I will probably go with this bridge design. There is a slight kind of problem I have, which is because of the way stone stairs work when done diagonally. What I'd prefer to have currently, they're coming to a head like that. Now, normally I would do that and round it off, but as you can see with here, you have to ripple all this back. Because of the way it orientates stone stairs. You have a problem, which is to correctly bend this corner, it means that this block, this stairs, has to be pointing that way. Which means that when we come to try and bend it round, we can't. Which essentially means that you can have one set, like you can have here, have this bending into the pillar, but every other one you're going to have the situation where you can't because of the way it iterates. Now, it might be that if I were to move this along one, so let's try and put it here. Yeah, it might work out that if I move it along one, no, that's messed that up now. If I move it along one and make that gap bigger, so instead of making it 9, make it 10 or whatever it is, n plus 1, where n is what it currently is, that problem might be solved. But I don't know. I'm unconvinced. I am unconvinced. I think it's always going to be a problem. So yes, this is the bridge design that I'm currently planning. Please feel free to leave any comments or feedback in the comments, and let me know what you think. And I will probably wait until next episode to start the bridge, or wait until I've seen the few comments to start the bridge. But I'm quite happy with it. I'm relatively happy with it. So, from the darkness of the creative server, I will wish you a good day. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.